On the 27th of January, 1967, 3 astronauts were sealed into a spacecraft on the pad for a test that was not considered hazardous. This is the crew of the first crewed Apollo mission. They had been training on the spacecraft for months, at the factory in California and at the Cape. The test that day was a plugs-out rehearsal, the spacecraft on internal power, running the countdown, with no fuel aboard. They went in through the hatch in the afternoon and it was sealed behind them. The cabin was then filled with pure oxygen, at slightly above the pressure of the air outside. The hatch was a plug. It sat in its frame from the inside, and it opened inward. Any pressure inside the cabin pressed it harder onto its seat. The afternoon went badly. The radio link kept breaking up, and the count was held. The commander said what everyone was thinking.
How are we going to get to the moon if we can't talk between 2 or 3 buildings?
By 6:30 the count had been holding at 10 minutes for some time. Then a wire arced somewhere under the equipment bay, and in that atmosphere the fire did not smolder. The transmission from inside lasted seconds.
I'm reporting a bad fire. I'm getting out.
Opening the hatch meant undoing the latches by hand, then pulling the plug inward, then lifting the outer hatch and the cover on top of it. The fire raised the cabin pressure faster than anyone could work. The hatch was never going to move. The pad crew were driven back by smoke and heat and could not reach them. All 3 of the crew died in the cabin, in a fire that lasted seconds. Inside, the heat of the flash fire left the cabin like this. This is the command module a day afterwards. Because melted nylon had fused the crew to the cabin, taking them out took nearly 90 minutes. The news went out from Cape Kennedy that night, and round the world by the morning of the 28th of January, 1967. The board reported to Congress within months. The agency's own description of what it was obliged to do reads like this.
It is NASA policy to investigate and document the causes of all major mission failures which occur in the conduct of its space and aeronautical activities and to take appropriate corrective actions as a result of the findings and recommendations.
The hatch was redesigned to swing outward and open in seconds. The cabin atmosphere at launch was changed. Flammable material came out. The next Block 2 command modules were built and trained on with that hatch. The spacecraft itself was kept. In 2007 it was moved 90 feet, into a warehouse where the air is controlled. The test was called non-hazardous because there was no fuel aboard, and the cabin they were sealed into was pure oxygen. What makes a rehearsal safe, if not the thing you are rehearsing?